Right then guys, welcome to the start of a new video on a new car. I am just currently sat at Copart at Wisbeach, just waiting for the car to be fetched out to us. So yeah, there's a few people before me. Have a look, there's a few people being loaded. So I'm just going to sit here patiently and wait my turn. So I'll cut back in when the car gets fetched out. Here it comes. Right guys, we're on, we're loaded. Look at the state of it. So we'll get back to the yard, let's get it off and see what we got. Right, back to the garage. Let's get it unloaded. Right guys, as you can see, it is absolutely filthy. So the first thing I'm going to do is give this a good wash off and see what we can find on it. So let's go, let's get it cleaned. It's got to be one of the most satisfying things. Don't know what it is about putting stove foam on, but it's oddly satisfying. So I'm just going to leave that soaking for a couple of minutes. Hopefully it'll bite into most of the dirt, and then we can give it a rinse off before I actually wash it with a sponge, because the amount of grit that's on there, it'll only scratch it to bits. Right, let's take a look at what we've got then. So, first thing I've noticed is this front bumper isn't clipped in right, and there's a few light scratches in it. Somebody's had a go at the bonnet, looks like some bird lime tried to get out, but we can correct that with a good machine polish. Down this side, not too bad at all. Again, a couple of little marks that are not really worth worrying about. Now, all of this looks like scratches, like that one's through to the plastic underneath, but all of this, that'll all polish out. They won't, obviously. A couple of scratches on the back bumper, and onto this side the same again, a couple of little chips. There's a shallow dent there, and another tiny little shallow dent on that sill. But bodywork wise, it's not bad at all. I mean, somebody's had to go up painting the mirrors, they're not very good, but at the end of the day the car's not going to be worth a massive amount of money. And it was a bit of a gamble for me because I saw this at the last minute. I was just sat on Copart having a look, and I see this with about 3 minutes left to go and decided to take a bit of a gamble on it. Now the reason it's a bit of a gamble is because we've got an engine management light on and it's done 150,000 miles. Now ordinarily I'd probably stay away from a high mileage car like this through Copart, but it was cheap enough to warrant having a bit of a play with it. I mean, inside is filthy, it's going to need a real good go over. And it's my phone ringing in the background there. Yeah, it's going to need a real good clean inside, but yeah, everything's there. I've had it running all the time we've been washing it. I've had it running on tick over, and it's running absolutely lovely. The fan's cutting in as it should. I mean, it's got the panoramic roof on it, which is again a really nice thing to have. We found a book pack. There's not really any information in it. The actual service book's not in there, but that's there. So yeah, realistically we'll just get this one on the ramp and have a look underneath it and see what we can find, really. So yeah, let's get it on the ramp. Right, well, we're on the ramp, but before I go right up in the air, I just want to get the diagnostics port and we'll have a scan on it just to see what it says. Right. Sit that there. Come on. Just turn the sound off, that'd be a good thing, wouldn't it? Citroen. Can I find it? No. Automatic selection. Just get the VIN number. Good stay of that seat. It's lovely, isn't it? Get the old wet back out on them. Right. Let's go. And we'll just do a full system check on it. If and when it loads. I'm actually quite impressed with this car. I think once it's had a good clean up inside, it's not really bad at all. The gamble paid off, so to speak. Hopefully we should make a nice profit on it. Right. It's auto scan, see how many faults we've got. I've just paused filming for a bit there, so it took about 5 minutes just to do the full scan. This one's for the BSI. Unexpected realization fault. Right, so that's going to be probably a battery or something silly. And that's the engine. Mixture toolbox, catalytic converter, fan assembly, intermittent, and communication with the PSI, request of unlocking ECU, intermittent. So these are probably going to be a lambda sensor, I would have thought, but we'll find out. We'll erase the codes, and we'll take it for a drive and see. Ignition back on. Communication with the BSI on the request for unlocking the engine ECU and the communication. Right, so that's going to be something to do with the BSI then as well. So I'll have a look into that. But hopefully that might have turned off our main engine management lights, possibly. Let's have a look. And it has, yeah. So now we've just got service light and tyre pressure monitor. So right, that's my bit inside done for now. Let's get underneath it, see what we can find. Alright, so underneath doesn't look too bad other than the fact that it's wet where I've just washed it, but springs look good, brake pipes all look good. Just wanted to have a good check just before I take it for a run down the road, just to make sure nothing's going to jump out at me whilst I'm there. So you can hear that knock. That looks like the inner track end on that side. That side's good. Yeah, so it's going to need a inner rack end that side. Boots look okay. The discs, they'll come up alright once it's been driven down the road. And again, the springs at the top look like they're intact, but I will just drop them down and have another check because there can be a pain on these for snapping. And other than that, it's fairly tidy. So yeah, there's not really much I could say about this one. Just needs a good service, just do a basic engine service, oil filter, air filter and all that jazz. So I'm going to drop it down and yeah, see what we're going to do to it really. Right guys, so been trying to find what's wrong with this car other than the little dents and things that are on it, and well, it's curtains for this car because it's not worth my time to repair this one. So basically, after I got going down the road, drives absolutely fine, accelerates fine, it runs lovely, it really does run lovely, clutch is good, everything works fine. You sort of find yourself driving down the road a bit thinking, what is actually wrong with this car? Why has it gone through Copart? The dents on it don't really warrant much at all, and I can't note any serious damage underneath looking around. So anyway, I get going down the road, and as I come towards the traffic, you're just coasting a little bit. Anyway, when I put my foot back on the accelerator, smoke. I thought, oh right, here we go. So every time you accelerate, it was absolutely fine. You let off, you coast for a little bit, you put your foot down, it starts to smoke again. So my presumption is it's either going to be the valve stem oil seals. I mean, bear in mind it has done 150,000 miles. So it's either going to be the valve stem oil seals or it's going to be the piston rings, or both. Now, I'm not willing to throw the money at this car, not even to make a video out of it, because it's just not worth it at the end. Originally, I mean, I've paid, what did I pay for this? I think with all the fees it come in at 590 quid through Copart, which is a cheap thing, but I'd only got it down for being worth maybe 1600 quid to move it on at the end, because it has done 150,000. So I thought it'd be a nice little tidy profit, you know, if it's a nice easy quick fix, maybe a little bumper scuff or something on it. But yeah, unfortunately it's not the case for this one, because by the time we finish with a cam belt and a head gasket and valve stem oil seals and so on and so on, if that fixes the problem, I'm going to be a lot of money in the hole and not really worth the time, not really worth the money for the time and effort I'm going to put into it. So there you go, you know, sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. Now I have advertised this car, just chucked it on the internet, been a bit cheeky with it really, and I put it on for 1200 quid, spares and repairs, said that it smokes, said that it's a previous Cat S damage repaired car, and we'll see what it is, see if it goes. If it goes, it goes. If not, I'll pull the valuable parts off it that are any good to me, that I could possibly use for the future for building another one, and and then I'll scrap it, because you know it's not worth doing anything with otherwise. So there you go. That's the end of this one. So we'll wave bye to that car. It's not for me, it's not for the channel, and that's it. So if you've liked this video, as always guys, give us a thumbs up. If you've not already, please do subscribe. We will be bringing out some more cars in the future. In fact, I have already bought the next car, which is also not a Mini, which is good. And yeah, please share it about so people get to see it. So I'll give you a quick sneak peek on our next little project. Now, I'm not quite sure where I'm going with this one yet, because I've actually bought two. So the first one is a little Fiesta van. So just give you a quick one on that. You can see front end's gone on that one. And I've also bought the Kia Ceed automatic, because it's got a bit of damage at the side, and it's got the same on that side. So we've basically had a busy week getting cars sorted out and whatnot. But yeah, that brings us to the end of this video. So as always guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you when we get the next car going.